Okay, this will probably get us a lot of hate. Nicolas Cage, Wicker Man. Now, Nicolas Cage wanting to get into producing a bit more. And he apparently is very passionate on set, you know, because a lot of actors get told to go here, do that, jump through that hoop. And then they film everything out of order. And then they go away. And then basically I want to do this review back in the house. Okay, so I'm back at home. After I tried to start to do the Wicker Man up there. It's like obviously do the Wicker Man in Scotland. Oh, should we do it in a different country and completely change it? That's what I've just done there. So basically, Nicolas Cage. Now I do a series called Good, the Bad and the What the Fucks. And I would put Wicker Man in a what the fuck for where it took its origin. But, and it's going to get a lot of hate. But, if you look at the original and went, right, how do you even remake that? You could make it a thriller horror and really ground it, and you could go like that, keep it in Britain, but it's to go to the American market, and it's been documented quite a lot that Wicker Man has failed multiple times to find its American market. So setting it in America makes sense. Nicolas Cage in it makes sense. The B factor they bring in, something new, you know, they bring in the bees and the backstories, rockets. I have no idea what that noise was. The backstory about the kids and you know, why Nicolas Cage, it gives him more credit that he has an ex-relationship, you know, it gives him a reason to go. Kind of needs that, you know, I mean, it is quite bleak, the original, about why this guy wants to go, but again, if you watch the uncut version, the director's cut, or the final cut, whichever Wicker Man you want to watch, there is a bit of reason why the character wants to go there. And it does that. Now, swaps Christopher Lee's character to a female because of the whole B factor. Quite works it. There's a lot of twins going on in this as well. There's old twins. There's real twins. There's a couple of twins in the classroom. It's not a bee going around the nail as well. It's a crow. A lot of CGI, I think, in this from time to time. Doesn't have the mass creepiness of the masks and stuff. Appeals, the peekaboos. They all just seem to paint themselves up. I think the masks were a bigger thing for me personally. Wicker Man just, you know, burns away. It ends exactly the same, but it doesn't have that captivating shot of like the head going down in the sun. It's very bleak, you know. There's a lot more groundwork put in to give it a solid story. It does appear homage of quite a lot of girl falling out of the wardrobe and stuff like that, so it does take a lot of the original in. Just gives a lot more backstory for the American market. But how loved the classic is, it's always going to get a butchering over here. Could essentially get remade again quite quickly, but it was well made from a film point of view. The comedy on the DVD, it's all the extra features you get. The guys who made this have a cracking sense of humour, and I do recommend you listening to that. And there's going to be a jump cut. Yeah, jump cut. Even when Nicolas Cage goes to confess that he's still not feeling himself, there's a missing poster of Edward from the original movie up there as well, and I thought that was really cool, you know, sort of tongue-in-cheek that this stuff does happen. So, you could say it's a remake, but you can also say it happened again in America, you know, the paganism worship, and that came across. So yeah, there's that little thing with that missing poster that we make sure, yeah, it's a remake, but it's also another happening. So I would say this is more a spiritual remake, you know. It just happened again in America, you know. It's not like the Terror of Loch Ness. The Loch Ness Monster gets discovered, so he comes up with a plan to move to Canada, and that's where the rest of the film takes place, you know. So yeah, Wicker Man. If it was in the good, the bad, the what the fucks, it would be a what the fuck Nicolas Cage remake, but no. It's not as bad. The Bee is the Beetle, fair enough. I mean, it's a borderline movie. But yeah. Anyway, back to Scotland. Do, 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 do.